Hello, we're live. Are we on? We could be. Is my microphone making noise? It looks like it's making noise there. I will move in and out from it to see if it's making noise. Hello, welcome anyone. There's no one joined yet, but somebody might join soon. I want to do some channel recommendations tonight, and yes, that's safe. That's okay as well. You can't see anything incriminating behind me, which would spoil all the work that I've been doing. There's a video on the way. Probably won't be in maybe Thursday, but it's if you don't let me judge anyone that hasn't. When you make videos, when you make YouTube videos, I think you go through stages where you just want to get it done, just want to get it out there, and I'm got myself in a funny place now where I want it to be good. I want the story to be good, and I'm battling with myself because I just want to get it out there, but I just need to finish the thing and then get a couple of shots to finish the story. I think if I leave it where it is, people will go, "Oh, all right, they did a thing." But I just want to finish it that last little bit, even if it makes no difference to anyone else. It would make a difference to me. So that's the plan. Oh my gosh! I've just looked down and realised how dirty this thing is that I'm looking at. Which is not to say that I'm looking at it, but I'm looking at something physically covered in muck. So it might end up being like cleaning during this stream. But I wanted to show this thing working because I received a large bundle of stuff, technical stuff, and went through it very quickly and tried to just sort of sort out things that are no good and things that were at least mildly interesting. There was something in it that I tried to rescue that was no good. This is mostly broken, but it works. That makes sense. It's an electromechanical device. The mechanical parts of it are broken, but the electronics part still works. So what I'm hoping to do as well is that for next week, I would like to try and do some kind of recreation with this and my little I don't know if I can turn it around. My little Philips TV next week. So it's to do with this, and I want to somehow see if I can connect it. I don't know if it's going to be possible, but if I can, I think it could be really really cool. And if not, maybe I can show it with some other kind of monitor device. But I need sort of a device, obviously, that I'm not trying to stream on. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, now I'm gonna read off my phone because I want to get this right. Because there were questions asked last week. Okay, so a couple of things. Channel recommendations for this week. I have caught myself sort of consuming a lot of videos from a couple of places this week. So I just wanted to give a little shout out to those places because I'm really a fan of the storytelling. So first one is Just BS Woodworking. That is a really interesting. I don't want to. The trouble is when someone's funny, they automatically just get pumped, just get sort of lobbed in as they're funny, and that's all they ever are. And I know that I'm not saying that I'm funny, but people have considered me funny, and that's all I've ever been considered is just funny, not like intelligent or anything else. It's a really clever, funny channel, and I love the way that he tells his stories. So, Just BS Woodworking, do yourself, do Molly Meldrum, do yourself a favour and watch them. The other one is a friend, and that is the channel's called Aussie Matt 61. So OZZYMAT. Some amazing 3D printed and printing things and prop building. The BB-8, I think his BB-8 video has got like 50,000 views. It's incredible. If you've ever seen, I think it's the Carey Drive system, which I had looked at because I'd really like to do that, but it's just too difficult for me. The guy makes just incredible things and attention to detail, and honestly, as a really nice guy, and it's just like nothing, you know. I'm sure he does spend a lot of time on it, but to him it just seems to happen beautifully. Love the work he does. He's doing, if you like sci-fi stuff, he's doing some Red Dwarf gear right now and some Fusion 360 stuff. So have a look. Aussie Matt 61, Just BS Woodworking. I've got another one, which is Riverside Woodworks. Now I'm new to this one. I've been watching a lot this week. Riverside Woodworks is an Aussie, which I'll, for Australian channels, I'm always a fan of Australian content right now. So he does have a lot of Festool, but I'll forgive him that. No, it's use whatever you use, right? Riverside Woodworks, excellent channel as well. And then somebody did ask, there was a comment from last week. Let me look it up. Sorry. Oh my gosh, I've lost it. Hold on. I'm going to find it. I am going to find it. No, I'm losing it. Right. For the people that asked in the comments, and thank you for the messages as well, I'm just going to say this one more time. Language learning for beginners. Language learning for beginners. Language learning for, I said it three times, language learning for beginners was the name of that channel that I was talking about. Now, somewhere in here, I had a glass and I put it down, and it was a glass of drink, and I'm unbelievably thirsty, and I just cannot quench my thirst at all. No, I'm not being kind, Matt. I'm being honest. Yours is some of the most, honestly, and I'm being honest, yours is some of the most detailed, amazing work that I've seen. Maybe I've not seen much, but yours takes the cake. It looks like I'm drinking down a very watered-down urine. It looks like the water in Bum Fudge is terrible. This is like 10th generation Gatorade, because it can't quench my thirst at all. Just trying anything. The problem is I really just want to go out and get a pie and an iced coffee. But we're off in the morning. And that's what the name of the stream. I'm not leaving YouTube, unfortunately. But we're off, away, traveling. This trip was meant to have been done, and we're meant to be back by now. But I was sick last week. And then I gave it to Mrs. Jimmy Bav. And then Mrs. Jimmy Bav gave it to Junior Jimmy Bav, Scott's Back Shack. So we've all kind of had it, and that's gone to other people. And it was, we were thinking we could travel with it, and then we heard it was a viral thing, and it was too contagious, and we couldn't honestly, in good conscience, go places where there would be sick or vulnerable people, just because we might have been, toughing it out and feeling okay. So we left it, and then we thought, no, let's just go Sunday. So we're away Sunday to Wednesday, and then we were going to come back on the Tuesday, but it's 42 degrees, and we went, I'll give it an extra day. And we'll go and sit in shopping centres. So I am going to be I've got a list of things to buy, chief among them shoes. So I have more than one pair of shoes that I can wear to work. And I could buy shoes online, but you've got to buy them and then check that they're right and then post them back. And there's sort of a 10-day turnaround each time, and work will have started by then. It's easy for me to just wear my good ones and go to a shop and go, have you got something like these? And then try lots on until you find a pair. Because my toe's got a pad under my big toe. And so it pushes it up to the roof of the shoe. So steel cap work boots is a bit of a pain. Anywho, so yeah, we will, I will drop off your thing tomorrow, Matt. I will bring your board and drop it in your letterbox for you tomorrow on my way through. And we are going in the yellow, in the Dalek Cabs vehicle. So that will be a fun trip. Put Scott's out of a car seat. And the thing that's 3D printing, I've did the video yesterday for the air conditioner stand. And then because it's normally got that big flexible duct, I bought something. I'll show you what I bought. I bought a thing. I bought that to go into the air conditioner, and I'm now 3D printing just a little collar to seal off the air conditioner part for the exhaust, because it's hot exhaust gas, and it's in PETG, so hopefully it'll stand up to the temperature. And even if it melts, well, it's only going to glue itself to this. And then I can vent it straight out by the window. So that's the plan. That's the plan, hopefully. So yeah, all right. I'll move on. So yeah, they were my recommendations. So here's the thing that I got in the box. This is probably the most interesting thing. And I'm kind of glad that we kept it, or that we kept it. I saw these a long time ago, and if you're a fan of like the selfie, or front-facing cameras. Remember when front-facing cameras on phones became a thing? Well, I'm here to tell you that front-facing cameras were a thing way before any smartphone did it. Okay, so I'll point the thing down. It's on my Philips VHS player workbench mat at the moment, because I still haven't bothered trying to fix the video recorder. I need to check voltages in the power supply, and I haven't done that. So here we go. Ta-da! So this is a Sharp view cam, and the thumbnail on the stream was hinting at this. This was in the box. I do not have a battery for it. I'm kind of umming and ahhing about getting a battery for it, because what's happened is the mechanism in here is bent. Like, it's well and truly knackered. I could try and get it working, or try and fix it, but you know what? Just to have the electronics part of it working is pretty cool. So what I'll do is I will try and jury-rig that for you now. So it comes with this sort of weird battery eliminator thing with very dirty terminals that I've already cleaned up with contact cleaner to the point that they were working. Although it probably would have made better visual interest to say, I don't know if it's going to work. Maybe it will. It's got a little stand. How can I show you? Look, it's got a little stand. So you can go and point it at things. See, this is the thing is, everyone thinks that front-facing cameras started with like a Samsung Galaxy or an iPhone. No. In the 90s, man. That's when all that stuff actually happened. So this goes in here, clicks in. Now the cable has to be very carefully, there's no routed through the little gap, and then it slots through there. All right, and what I'll do is I'll sort of point it at the keyboard, but I have the screen pointing up so you can see it, and then this end connects into this part, keyed, 4.5 volts, 3.5 amps. Woo! It's hungry. It's also been a day of vacuum cleaners. It's been a day of trying to finish up the YouTube thing in the heat. And we were 3 out of 3 on vacuums today in the Vac Shack, so that was good. And we managed to fix it forward. Somebody was very happy to receive a Dyson that we got donated. And we were very happy. Mrs. Jimmy Babb and I were very happy to be rid of another Dyson. Not that we have anything against Dyson, but if you know us and you know how much space they take up in our home, it's interesting. Now I'll try and point this in. There we go, and I'll flick this up to camera. Now sometimes it does take a little while to sort of build up charge. I wonder whether there are some caps in here that are just a bit fuzzy. I did have it going earlier, and I thought I had turned it on. I'll just get it off. All right, I'll leave that there for a few minutes while it's doing a thing. So yeah, this is the Sharp View Cam. This is model And if I could get a battery for it, that'd be awesome. Only a little 3.6 volt battery for it. This is a VLE47X from the Sharp Corporation in Japan, back when Sharp used to make things. And there is some port access on it. Let me just somewhere here. There's some. Where did I say? I'm sure I saw some kind of outputs and stuff. No. Oh, maybe that's the output. Well, I think that's the. No, that must be for outputting some kind of audio, AV type stuff. There's a headphone jack on it, battery, so I'm guessing the audio and video out came through here, so it must be some kind of proprietary thing, which also means it's going to be not possible for me to do the thing that I'd hoped to do, but never mind. That's okay. It was a cool unit. Now before, when I hadn't had this working. Oh, insert a cassette. Here we go. Ta-da! So now you can see. So now I should be able to show this, right? Insert a cassette, and I'll be able to spin this handle around. I'm spinning around. I'm spinning around. I'm spinning around. I'm spinning around. Yeah, I sort of. Hello. Woo! And it auto rotates for you as soon as you get past here. Ready? Up. And auto rotates again. So there you go. That was kind of cool for the time, and then it had a cool little stand, so you could like put it up here, and this won't auto rotate, but you can see what's on screen, and whoa. And then if I had some, there was a crotch shot. The hope was if I could find a way to get video out, that I would connect the camera to a monitor, so it was outputting what the camera was showing, and then point the camera at the monitor, and you get that howl around Doctor Who opening credits effect, proper Doctor Who, not that new rubbish. So that's what I was, because I remember my dad showing me how to do that with one of these. That I don't think we ever actually owned it. I think not that we stole it, but Dad was a techie, so was often fixing things. I don't think he just wanted to show us. This was kind of cool though, because it had, it had electronic zoom before it became just a meeting platform. It's a really cool little piece of technology. So despite it not working, and I would never go, I'm going to make a video, take it out with me. It's still kind of fun, so I'm going to keep it in here. And it sits on top of my Sharp VHS machine, which also happens to work. So now I have two things from Sharp. Oh, three actually, because if you know what this is, it even says, I don't know if we can read it there. No. Hold on, maybe I can no, sorry. It does say Sharp Corporation. That is, my dad will be really happy that I know what this is. That is an Eversharp pencil. Because Sharp used to be I think they were a pencil making company. They made like pencils and diaries and stuff. And then they got into electronics and typewriters and office stuff. And then, of course, in the 90s, they had this boom of like personal organizers and address books and little things that went meh every time you pressed a button, and calculators and stuff. And that was the other thing that was in the box, was a Sharp calculator, but the batteries had leaked everywhere. And then when I put two new batteries in it, I was messing around and I realized there was a surface mount cap that had gone pop. It's beyond my skills. I would melt the board before I got the cap off, so that's time to call it quits, and just went in the bin. But it was nice to have something out of the box that does still do something. turn it off. So I'm happy with that. So yeah, I've been making things. I've got an old coffee table and I made something out of it, and it's for a challenge that's on during summer. I'm hoping to get it finished before the end of summer and get the video done. It's been really good response to Scott's workbench video. That was really nice of people. There's probably still a little bit more work to do on that, and I'm just waiting to get some more reclaimed materials to do that. I think he'd like a shelf under it and maybe a back or sides on it so you can actually hang tools and stuff. But yeah, that's been it. So it's a bit of a short one, but that's I'm probably going to go in a minute and try and drink something. Because it is very, very warm. Hopefully the 3D print will be done. It says it's at 90%, and it's just printing a, Tinkercad collar. YouTube was telling me something about microphones. Is the sound working? Everyone type in profanity if the sound is working. Oh, that's not a profanity. Here we go. The word profanity is about to appear in the chat. So, yes. There we go. Look, some technical details on the view cam. Let's do that. It is the view cam. Yeah, it is the view cam. For some reason I thought it was the handy cam. The view cam. All right. How big is the view cam? Great question. The view cam is smaller than a Philips VCR. It is approximately 1 banana, I suppose, high. It is approximately. I'm not going to include the strap. I'll say it's sort of 1.5 bananas in width, and probably I'd say about half a banana in depth. It's got an extremely dirty lens that I should probably clean with something, but there you go. I haven't even de-scunged it. So yeah, they're vital dimensions. The new meter came in very handy today with vacuum number 1. Exactly, that's a good profanity there, Jason. Well done. You win the internet today. So the new meter came in very handy with the Ryobi because it had the same switch gear as 2 junked vacuums that Scott had been given. So I was seconded in to try and pull apart said vacuum without breaking the last switch that we actually had that worked, and then transplanting the switch into the new vacuum. But of course, was the switch wired around the same way in one vacuum as the other? Why, no. So this became very helpful to actually figure out which were the outputs and which were not. And of course, it wasn't just a case of a switch positive, because it's can be put onto, well, no, it wasn't just a switch positive case, but that's fine. It worked fine. I got it all going, but it had 4 terminals, and trying to work out which were which and comparing one against the other was a little bit challenging, but I got there. Basically, it just turned out that it was the reverse of the other switch, so that was okay. And then finally working out that those little they're like security spade terminals. They've got a little clip you can push in that makes them a lot easier to remove. Things that you didn't know until today. I was today years old when that happened. So yeah, this Philips TV has got it's only got an antenna in. So then I thought maybe I could run this through a set-top box into that, possibly. I'm not sure. Set-top boxes usually got antenna pass-through, so I have to check whether it's pass-through or whether you can actually tune a TV into a set-top box. I'm not sure. But I think set-top boxes were generally the way that people were with quote-unquote old televisions could still watch digital TV. So maybe it'll work. I don't know. I'm playing with my metric banana. I don't know how much it weighs. It is quite a chunker with no battery in it. And this battery probably, the pack would have been a NiCad, I'm guessing. But it does look like all this, all the charging circuitry is probably located herein. But that's all right. Well, we've got time. Let's crack open this video recorder. Why not? And of course, if nothing else, I do provide a cure for insomnia. That's something I'm very, very aware of. Other viewers have told me that. That's fine. I am happy to oblige people because not being able to sleep is a bugger. So I'll just move things out of the way and we shall progress. Oh, there was another new thing. Where's my other new thing? Hold on. I've got more new stuff. I'm horribly disorganized because I was digging holes in someone's garden at about 8 o'clock tonight. Just preparing for travel. So 1 second, 1 moment. Back in a jiffy. Probably too late for this break, but I did purchase the Craig shelf pin jig. This was one of 2 things, or 3 things I actually ended up buying after my online dummy spit about not going over to Adelaide. I do need to get a new solder sucker as well when I'm there. That needs to go on the list. This one is suckered. It sort of springs back sort of a little bit, not very well. It's a bit knacky woo. I have pulled it apart, tried to clean it out, and I think I've made it worse. The spring load action isn't very springy anymore. And there you go. As soon as there's any kind of resistance on it, this is what it does. Yeah. So I think a seal's knackered. So this is the shelf pin jig. Probably not in time to be able to use this holidays, but next break. There's some cabinetry because we have some Nerf gun storage issues in our house. Nerf gun storage has become that big an issue because good lady Mrs. Bav managed to trip over the Nerf guns. She had just got over the tripping over on New Year's Eve and then tripped over yesterday after we'd booked the hotel for our trip. So poor thing. Not a good start. Where's my screwdrivers? Here's my ball end. Get my ball end and my spare driver bits. Thank you, Matt, for my lovely collection of driver bits. So handy this week. 2 shark vacuums this week that both needed ball end service. And they both had security bits. Now, I like shark cleaners. I really do. Primarily, I think shark cleaners are... They're not as popular as Dyson, but they are certainly quieter. And this is my only rant about vacuums. As the person that gets called in to do the technical jobs for the Vac Shack, I'm the Vac Shack's resident technician, except when I'm phoning Matt to say, it's not working. They're quieter, for sure. I think they perform equally as well. Now, what I'm wondering is there's often an access panel. Yeah, see, once those screws are out, this panel on the bottom should slide off. Let's see. The sort of finger pushers. Or not. It does look like it's meant to slide forward, and there's no other screws that appear to be in the way. Oh, is that a screw through there? Oh, hello. That could be important. Oh, there are. There's some chassis screws. Of course, there's one there. So that one. And another one. No, one's been taken out already. Someone's been in here. Oh, there's quite a few missing. That's not one. Alright, that should be it. I wonder if I'll find any more bits of things. It's behind you. I'm not seeing anything else that's meant to. No. 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 Oh, of course, unless it's. Oh, don't tell me it'll be under there. Don't tell me there's one under the carriage. That would be horrid. No, I'm not seeing any under there. I don't want to pull apart the carriage. I really just want to be able to test if there's anything coming in on this power supply. That's all. I know the fuse is good. No bulging caps. Nothing looks like it's gone patooey. And I'm not seeing much in the way of skid marks on the board. Belt's still there. Grease looks like it's probably quite dry, but it's that spring that looks suspect, wasn't it? That spring there. That just looks like it shouldn't be. But maybe that's just, oh well, that's how he made it. But you just think that something is. That's meant to be keeping that there. Pinch roller. I don't know. But then again, the problem with this is that it's got no power. Let's double check that still. Is that still the case? Does it still have no power? Does it still do nothing? I don't really want to just unplug the main cable and stick some meter probes down it, but I suppose what I could do is I could unplug the cable and I could stick a meter probe to check that it does actually, that it's connected. Couldn't I? Can I? Probably. I could get a meter probe on one side and just go, is that joined to that? Because that's what continuity mode's for. You know, that would be an idea. Give me a connector and there's that. Oh, can I back probe? Let me just sort of stuff that one down there. There you go. Right. Active's connected. Neutral. That's connected. So I can definitely assume that functions as a cable. There's no break in the cable. So it's not that. Right, so I know it's not that. It's not plugged in. I mean, I just think, do I really want to pull out this carriage? I just really don't think I do. I don't think it's anything to do with the carriage. I don't think there's anything underneath it. I mean, it might just be that it's, it's just strange that nothing looks like it's gone poopy in its trousers. Just keep remembering which way around this thing goes. It stuffed me up last time. There we go. Oh, 12 volt vids is the other one. Guy in Canada who was a techie for Sony for a long time. I just wish I had something sort of pokey. Yeah. I mean, nothing looks like it's getting hot. Sorry, it's not very interesting commentary. I'm just sort of looking around for anything that looks like it's gone kablamo, and it just hasn't. There's just nothing there to take that out. There we go. All right. It's feeling very, very flimsy now. That one's already out. I don't see what's holding it up. Come on, chaps. Getting a lot of wasted time here. Oh, ha, ha, ha. I have unlocked its secrets. Ah, ha, ha. Oh. What's the point of that? Bloody hell. Well, that's no help. Yeah, alright, well, front off. Got a lot of front there, bruv. It's all but come off. Alright, off, off, off. I mean, if it's, to be fair, if it's scrap, it's just going in the bin, isn't it? Because I've got, the sad thing is, I really love my Phillips gear. None of it works. Well, very small amounts of it work. Where's the other little... It looks like I'm playing with myself. I'm looking for the little tangs. The little Wu-Tangs. Wu-Tang Clan. Before the whole thing tries to jump into my hands. Oh, the noise of splintering plastic. Ah! Here it comes. Here it comes. There we go. Now mind the ribbon cable. Oh, this is eventful. Okay. Well, it's, oh, is that? I don't know. That's maybe that's okay. So that's the power button. All right. Well, now it's naked. Careful, James. Sometimes it's like a light sensor. No. All right. And the caps on the board, and the caps on the board look all okay. But I don't know the resistor codes. But nothing looks like it's exploded. I just can't see anything here that would stop. Yeah, it's obviously something big. And this is just a sort of basic switching power supply. So, I mean, you know, I guess I'd be looking for voltages. Can I check for voltage across that fuse? Not knowing how much voltage should be across the fuse, but, you know, it's on the primary side, so I'll set it for lots. Nothing there, so it's not apparently. Nothing. I'm guessing that would be, well, this, you're live and you're neutral. I don't want to probe in there. I'm going to assume that 240 is coming through here, and the next place it's going to go is either, is it going to go to this inductor? Is this an inductor? I don't even know. Sounds like I know what I'm talking about, which is quite impressive. I'll scoot down. Oh, down there. So if 240 is coming in here, it's nothing across the fuse. It either has to go through, I'm guessing that's a cap, and that's a big cap. I mean, but it's not a... One would think that it would go after the fuse, it goes to here. But gee, it's almost like I think we could probably take out the whole board with the carriage probably still attached. Shall we do that? Let's do that, kids. Oh, okay. 0 fault. Well, there you go. So the fuse is the fuse is okay. So big green resistor. This chap here. Hang on. I'm guessing across that big resistor, that's for AC. So no, it doesn't look like I'm getting anything here. I'll try the other way in case I've. Oh, 0.04 volts. Maybe I've just got it on the wrong range. 0.055 volts across there. So I mean, there's a cap here. I mean, I don't know. Even if it's not vented, could this big cap have just lost its mojo? It doesn't look bulged. Doesn't sort of present with any of the signs of dodgy capacitor. But maybe that's the issue. I don't think I've got a big one like that anyway. Might have something like that, but right, board out. Let's do this. Get my big sausage fingers in all the delicate, dangerous things. Now they'll be. That will lift out anyway. Lovely. Let's have a look. See, I'll zoom up so you can see the butchery. Oh, hello. Now. The camera arm is having difficulty maintaining its erect nature. Now, camera arm. Sort of trying to take up position. Don't keep changing your mind, James. All right. Oh, is that boom arm falling down again? Naughty boom arm. Bad boom arm. There's screws under here, but Lord knows how you're meant to actually get to them, because this carriage is well and truly in the way. Oh yeah, I don't know. I reckon that's the light sensor there. It's ponderous. Quite ponderous. Now I'm guessing I would almost think there are exposed sections of the board for a reason, but I do not know what that reason would be. So spinning it that way. There we go. Come on, baby. Come on, baby, load the tape. Come on, baby, load the tape. Probably would help. I'll probably turn the bigger one. Oh, it's getting tight. Yeah. Losing interest, chaps. I'm sure you are both as well. That's okay. There are two screws under here, but I'm trying to get this carriage mechanism forward to be able to get to them. Because then I could probably take out the board, but I'm guessing the board... That's what's holding... There's two standoffs here, and there's just no vase is coming out. And yeah, this is a sprung thing, so I don't think there's any kind of way that I can just... Yeah, not going to happen. If this was forward, but I can't seem to actuate this enough to get it to go forward either. It really just doesn't want to go. It is meeting resistance. It's that fun of trying to feel where it's catching, you know, where it's binding up. Because everything's geared and whatnot, but I'm sure it's all geared for a reason. Oh, hello, that made a difference. Printing's finished. Come on, baby. Ah, what? No. You are so close. Don't do this to me. Every time I get close, you do this to me. You're like John Howard at elections. Oh, it's gotten tough. Well, suffice to say, I have buggered up the timing on this mechanism by now, I think. For sure. Oh, it's starting to move. Nothing. No, this is probably gone too far. Bugger it. Oh, this thing's a real pain. Right angled screwdrivers. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. It's stopping everything from wanting to come out. Yeah. Never mind. Worth a try. Well, on that disappointing bombshell of me with my head in my video recorder, it is time to end. Because I have to get up in the morning and drive. And I also have to not forget your Whoosy Wob. It's the official term of Whoosy Bob. So I will make sure that I bring your Whoosy Bob. But until then, next week, I'll show you the 3D printed bit. Ta-da! Ignore that bit. Let me see if it fits. I'll go get the thing and test fit. Yep. It's just a collar. It doesn't have to be perfectly airtight because I'm going to put tape around it. Lovely. All right. Well, good night, all. Oh, channel recommendations. I'll try and put them in the comments. Bye.